is brought to you by your locally owned Midas of Eastern Ontario, with lifetime guarantees on brakes, suspension, exhaust, and now on tires. Come and experience the Midas difference.
Yes, a bit of snow. It seems to be ending, pulling out that probability and intensity ending now. We'll see that continue to diminish through the evening hours, clearing up, in fact, and some of us in Eastern Ontario might get some sunny periods to start the day. Increasing cloud early, though, and by the evening, we're getting into some snow thanks to a Colorado low. Colorado lows usually carry more cool air with them as opposed to the Texas low we saw a few days ago. So we're likely to see a little more snow than showers. Communities along the north shores of Lake Ontario, you might see a little more mix and shower activity. That's why you're not looking at winter storm watches and warnings in the Belleville-Kingston area, whereas areas north and to the east, you are. Mixed conditions Saturday morning. So that snow, as it rolls through the overnight, could turn to showers, especially close to Lake Ontario. Windy conditions Friday night, Saturday, and even into Sunday. As the flurries continue, we could see a risk of squalls. Two cold fronts associated with this very large system, and therefore we'll see that precipitation, the probability of it anyway, continuing for a couple days. 0 for a high in Kingston today, 1 in Brockville, Belleville, Peterborough, and in Oshawa, +2 in Toronto. And -3 in Smiths Falls, a bit cooler in Ottawa with -5. A little milder than, or a little cooler today than it was yesterday. We managed to hit 6 Celsius in southern and eastern Ontario. Sitting at 0 right now, those winds barely moving. It was a light snow through the day. And I think we're anywhere from 2 to 4 centimeters of snow, about 3 centimeters right here. I think it might be a little, stacking a little higher, as they say, north of the 401, but for the Kingston area, because it was a wet snow, probably 2 to 3 centimeters in the central area close to the lake. And we're looking at even more daylight now. Nice to see those days, that sunlight lasting a little longer. So there it goes. There were 2 depressions, one out of the southwest, which very quickly petered out, sort of taking a back seat to the Clipper, but they both moved through very quickly, nothing very intense, a bit of flurry action and periods of snow through the day. Nothing compared to what we're about to see as a result of this Colorado low that's moving in. We've got special weather statements in place, and as I mentioned earlier, Colorado lows bring a little colder air with it. There's some warm air here. Right along the leading edge of this cold front, we see another depression building. Looks similar to the last one, that Texas low, but all the warm air and moisture out of the Gulf of Mexico is much farther, tracking farther to the east out of the Atlantic. So mostly snow, except for lake effect change in transition of the precipitation. Those bodies of water, Lake Erie and Lake Ontario, they're about 5 or 6 Celsius. That's like 41 to 42 degrees Fahrenheit. That's mild, and any sort of snow that comes across there can be quickly turned to shower activity. So that's why we're looking at that sort of mix or transition along the north shores of Lake Ontario. Say goodbye to the snow, say hello to the clear conditions, but if you get any sunshine in the morning, you're the lucky ones, because it doesn't take long for that cloud to increase again, and then you're back into periods of snow. Yes, by Friday evening, and heavy at times. We're going to have strong winds blowing, drifting. It's going to be a heck of a mess overnight Friday into Saturday. We start to see, a little after midnight, we start to get into the mix. Lake effect for those communities from Kingston, Belleville, Prince Edward County, especially looking at more showers. They jut out onto Lake Ontario a little farther, and so they'll probably see a little more shower than snow. But as we roll into the morning, close to sunrise, we see it turn right to shower, and then back to the snow and flurries again, all because that cool air that's backing the system. Not one, but 2 cold fronts associated with this. And so this very large system will continue to plague us with some active weather right into Sunday, with flurries and even a risk of squalls as those winds, wet southwest winds, whip across Lake Ontario. So for now, we're looking at weather advisories and alerts, winter storm watch in North Country. North of these communities I pointed out, there might see more rain, and that's why the 5 to 10 centimeters of snow transitioning to rain quickly. Here, you're not going to get those alerts and warnings and watches. But to the north, yes, from Madoc to Bancroft, to Smiths Falls to Arnprior, 15 to 20 centimeters of snow isn't possible. Throw on a couple more on Sunday with the chance of flurries. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see 20, 25 centimeters of snow in those areas with the winter storm watches. Belleville, it's a high -2 tomorrow. You might get a little bit of sunshine first thing in the morning if you're up early enough, but that cloud increases quickly. Snow moving in the evenings. Windy conditions, blowing and drifting. For Saturday, a high of 3, mixed precipitation, windy conditions. Come Sunday, pretty good chance of some squalls. Because it's going to be moving so quickly with strong winds, you could see some moisture with that, a little bit of rain mixed in with it, despite the fact that those temperatures are much lower. Yeah, very windy conditions, flurries, and a risk of squalls for Sunday. Brockville, high -3 and an increasing cloud leading to snow overnight. Saturday, +4, mixed precipitation for you. And then for Sunday, -4 and a 70% chance of flurries. You could see up to 20 centimeters by the time it finishes with you Sunday night. Smiths Falls up to -6, mainly sunny. That increasing cloud comes late afternoon, early evening. Snow beginning before morning and continuing through the day Saturday. You could get 15 to 20 centimeters of snow before it tapers off Sunday. A high -6, much colder on Sunday. That probability dropping to 40% by the afternoon. Kingston, a high -2. Mostly cloudy to start the day. You've got maybe a little bit of sunshine early morning, but then the cloud increases quickly, a high -2, and we do have some snow developing through the evening and overnight. That could turn to showers in the morning, a high of 3 degrees, mixed precipitation through the afternoon, and then flurries for Sunday and a pretty good chance of some squalls too. Much cooler, a high -4. Only up to -6 on Monday as we get a little taste of that polar vortex. Temperatures continue to drop, minus double digits Monday, Tuesday night, and then Wednesday we start to see a little bit of a rebound. -8, quite cool for a daytime high, but then it doesn't drop much Wednesday night as we look at mostly cloudy conditions over Wednesday and Thursday. A high -4 Thursday, which is pretty close to seasonal. Now your weather wallpaper.
Weather Wallpaper is brought to you by Christine Geary's Maple Leaf Tours Travel Cruise. Visit mapleleaftours.com to get into the picture.
This one comes from Susan LeBranch. Nice to see the kids are dressed for the weather. Wait a minute. Those aren't children. Gnomes, maybe. Is this a thing? I know we had people dress their pets over the holidays, but did we dress our plants too? It's adorable. Nonetheless, Susan, thank you so much for sending in your photo. If you've got pictures, please share them with us at submissions@ckwstv.com.
Yes, they're adorable pictures, Bill.
Yeah, I love it.
Can't say the same about the forecast. So lots of snow Friday into Saturday, and then the rain or showers. So that's going to be a heavy, wet shovel, isn't it?
Yes, it will be. Yeah, it's going to be sloppy on the roads, very slippery, and it's going to be a heavy dig out.
And then back to the regular snow and colder temperatures to round out the weekend.
Windy for like 2.5 days.
And windy.
Squalls Sunday. It's a mess. Yeah.
Oh, please stop. We've heard it. We'll get you back here for the 10-day outlook later. Thank you, Bill. These mild days may be coming to an end in the 10-day outlook, Bill.
Yes, we'll get a taste of that polar vortex soon enough. They're getting terrible temperatures over the next week in the prairies, like -40s with wind chills of -50. Oh. We won't get quite that cold, but it's coming. A taste of it anyway. -2 for a high tomorrow. An increase in cloud leads to snow overnight. We can see 5 to 10 centimeters in the Kingston area, 10 to 15 away from the lake. Saturday, a high 3, mixed precipitation. And come Sunday, a risk of squalls along with flurries as temperatures start to drop, only as high as -6 Monday with a mostly cloudy day. Tuesday, the chance of snow at 60% probability returns, much cooler, only a high -8 Wednesday with mostly cloudy conditions. Those conditions continue for several days as we see temperatures remain quite cold. Next weekend, a little bit of sunshine, but still on the cold side. -7 and -6 respectively over Saturday and Sunday for daytime highs.
Well, I guess the one good thing about that outlook is that relatively calm conditions for next week, Bill, but chilly, right?
Yeah, as it clears or calms down, that cold air is going to settle in.
We'll be right back.
Your long